The rating scale is also new, offering you opportunity to give your colleagues good, clear, solid developmental feedback. You'll find the rating system easy to understand as it follows 5 key steps. The steps are needs development, needs minor development, performing inconsistently, performing and exceeding. Let me take you through these. If you score somebody needing development, you're indicating that in this area of the competency, the person needs to understand that he or she needs to take a serious view of what they need to learn or understand about this particular area. If you score them in minor development, it indicates that although they seem to know something about this area of competence, they still also need to concentrate on their own development. Performing inconsistently indicates that you understand that your colleague knows what to do, but his or her performance in that particular competence may be inconsistent or not complete. Performing indicates that you see your colleague performing this competence routinely all the time. And finally, if you score somebody exceed, you're saying to this person, congratulations, you are a role model in this area. You are performing and you exceed performance routinely in this competence or this competency indicator. If you genuinely have no experience of a person in a competency or a competency area, please tick no opportunity to observe. This, however, we would encourage you to use sparingly. Once you have a clear and thorough understanding of the process, you're now ready to prepare yourselves to rate others. Remember, you're going to rate each individual separately, as each individual is unique and deserves your unique attention. You'll be asked to rate every active member of your country team, so please ensure that you set aside sufficient time to make sure that you give everybody the value of your feedback. But there are a couple of pointers to remind ourselves when we start to rate people. Firstly, consider our mindset. Are you in the right mindset to rate somebody? If you're cluttered or you're very busy in your head, you're not ready to rate somebody. So consider whether you're sufficiently relaxed to do a good job. Consider your attitudes, both positive and negative, because extreme negative and extreme positive attitudes can block your powers of objective assessment. Do you believe in yourself sufficiently as an assessor? Because believe me, your powers of assessment are extremely valued. Believe in your power of assessment. Consider also the United Nations values as you rate others. Review the values and consider, am I using these values as I rate other people? And finally, consider history. Please rate other people as you currently experience them, not as you've experienced them in the past, maybe many years ago, or maybe in another country team, but as you've been experiencing them in the last 6 months. This way, you'll be able to give them a clear picture of their performance. Remember, we're rating people as they are now, not as they were or as they should be, but only as they are now. In reviewing your data, please be mindful of the reactions that you can have towards this. We call this SARA, S-A-R-A. S stands for shock. Some people are shocked by what they receive, and in being shocked, they stop listening to the data that they've been given. Anger. Some people get angry about the data, and again, being angry doesn't help you plan your development. Rejection. Some people find very many excuses to stop reading the data and stop listening to what it's saying to them. Please don't reject the data and accept that everybody that's given you feedback has given you feedback honestly and with care and concern for your development. That'll help you move into the final phase, which is acceptance. Please accept the data you've been given and use it to plan your development for yourself and for your team. Once you've all completed the 180 process, you're now ready to receive your reports. Each of you will receive your own individual report, and you'll all get a copy of the country team report. Your reports will be available for you online. You'll be able to download them, and you'll also be able to keep them on your own private area of the website, which will be there year on year for you to review. Study the data carefully, but be aware. Make sure first that you look for all the good points. Make sure you study all the scores you got in performing and exceeding, and congratulate yourselves for getting those. These are areas where your colleagues are indicating that you are doing extremely well, and so you are. Once you've been able to connect with the stuff that you do well, then start to review the areas of your study that you need to improve upon. And be sure to understand these carefully. As people have given you feedback, they've also had opportunity to write comments. Study those comments carefully and consider how you relate to those comments as you read them. Look for gaps. Look for widespread data which indicates that other people see you differently. Look for the highs and lows and carefully study your feedback to get a true picture of yourself that you understand and that you are prepared to take into your future. Then you can move into the next phase in 180, which is writing your development plan. And you'll find again in the new 180 a whole area that is private to you where you write your own development plan. The development plan asks you to explore the data again, and in doing so asks you to consider, is any of the data new to you? So has it opened your eyes to feedback that you were not aware of? Or did you already know it and have yet to do something about it? Is there some parts of your development that you haven't shared with people that you'd benefit from sharing? And all your data should be focused towards you finding the development that you want to plan for the year ahead. The process we use in the development process is called RAID, R-A-I-D. RAID stands for R for reflect. Take time reflecting on the data that you've got. Take time reviewing the comments and truly understand and integrate and accept those comments. And in the R stage, which is stage 2, you're asked to go and clarify that maybe with somebody that you know and trust. Ask others to help you clarify your data. Identify leads you into identifying areas that you are going to develop, areas that you've recognized you need to do something more with and that you're going to plan to develop. And finally, develop an action plan that you know you will commit to within the next 3 to 4 months to ensure that you develop your competencies in the areas that have been indicated. As you start to take this journey through the development process, you will learn much more about yourself and much more about how you can develop yourself in your role in the country team. We strongly encourage you to follow this process carefully as you will enjoy it and benefit from it. You will also receive a copy of your country team report, which covers those 5 key attributes of clear common goals, positive culture, transparent group dynamics, ambition, and finally acknowledging others and their skills. It also, interestingly, integrates the data from all of your individual reports and shows the competency spread across your whole country team. You should sit down together as a team and review all the data in your team report. This should really help you plan your development. You should look at the things you're pleased with and also plan to change the things that as a group you now understand you need to develop. You should end by developing a team action plan just as you've done with your own individual reports. Having done this, you are now at the end of the 180 process until the next year. The new 180 allows you to review your reports year on year and to track the development you have made both as individuals and as teams. Remember to do so and to celebrate the improvements that you have made. When Muhammad Ali was asked why he said, "I am the greatest," many years before he said, "I was painting my future history." I encourage you to paint your future history as individuals and as teams and to be the best you can be.